The day begins with a jolt. Your alarm blaring, your heart racing, and your mind already leaping ahead to what's next. Even before your feet hit the floor, your mind is already racing ahead, running through a mental checklist of everything that needs to get done. You think about emails, meetings, deadlines, and family obligations, all demanding your attention at once. The weight of responsibility settles in before you've even had your first sip of coffee. This is the constant hum of being overwhelmed, a state so many of us know too well. It's a background noise that never seems to fade, no matter how hard we try to keep up. We rush from one thing to the next, convinced that busyness equals productivity and success. The world around us seems to reward those who are always in motion. Our schedules are packed, multitasking is the norm, and we wear our busyness like a badge of honor. It's almost as if being busy has become a measure of our worth. But does this relentless activity actually move us forward? Or does it just leave us drained, running on empty, and wondering if we're missing something more important? The truth, this feeling of being perpetually swamped is a modern invention, a trap we've built and walked into, often without realizing it. We've been conditioned to see empty calendar slots as laziness and quiet moments as wasted time, when in reality, those pauses are essential for clarity and creativity. The pressure to perform comes from everywhere: work, social media, even ourselves. It's a cycle that's hard to break but not impossible. We mistake frantic energy for progress, but it's often just noise. Activity that keeps us busy but not necessarily fulfilled. This video is a call to step back from that noise and question the cult of busyness. It's an invitation to pause and reflect. We'll explore why we feel this pressure, how to distinguish real progress from shallow activity, and practical strategies to break free from the cycle. It's time to stop confusing motion with meaning and to reclaim your time and energy for what truly matters. Let's focus on what truly moves the needle in your life and work, so you can find purpose, not just productivity. Society tells us that busyness is a virtue. A packed schedule means you're important. From a young age, we're taught that being busy is a sign of ambition and drive, that a full calendar is something to be proud of. We celebrate the entrepreneur who never sleeps, the executive who's always online. These stories become our role models, shaping what we aspire to be. This narrative is so ingrained, we rarely question it. It's repeated in conversations, in media, and even in the way we talk about our own lives. We equate constant activity with self-worth, using busyness as a stand-in for real achievement. The more we do, the more valuable we feel. At least, that's what we're led to believe. Productivity theater takes over. We perform work to look committed, not necessarily to create value. It's about appearances, not outcomes. Late-night emails, endless meetings, these are signals, not substance. They're badges we wear to show our dedication, even if the work itself isn't meaningful. The digital age amplifies this pressure. Our phones tether us to work, notifications demand attention, and social media makes us feel like we're always behind. There's a constant sense that we should be doing more, achieving more, never stopping. Boundaries blur, and the expectation to be always on becomes the norm. Work seeps into every corner of our lives, making it hard to truly disconnect. But this script is a lie. It promises fulfillment but delivers exhaustion. Instead of satisfaction, we find ourselves drained and unfulfilled. We've been sold a flawed definition of productivity, measuring days by activity, not output. We confuse being busy with being effective and lose sight of what really matters. Breaking free starts with recognizing this narrative for what it is, a cultural myth. Only then can we begin to challenge it and make different choices. We must consciously reject the pressure to be busy for its own sake. It's about making space for what truly matters, not just filling time. Instead, let's write a new script, one based on real progress and sustainable effort. Growth happens when we focus on meaningful work, not just more work. Your value isn't in how busy you look, but in what you actually accomplish. True achievement comes from purpose, not just activity. It's time to redefine what success means for you. Choose progress over performance and let your actions reflect your real priorities. There's a crucial difference between being busy and being productive. It's a distinction that often gets blurred in our fast-paced world. where everyone seems to be in a constant rush. Busyness is about motion, filling your time with tasks, meetings, and endless to-dos. It's the feeling of always being in demand, always having something to do, but rarely pausing to consider if any of it truly matters. At the end of a busy day, you're exhausted, but what did you actually accomplish? Did you move forward or just run in place, ticking off boxes that lead nowhere? Accomplishment is about progress, moving closer to meaningful goals, not just checking boxes. It's about making a real impact, no matter how small the step. It's measured by value, not hours worked. True productivity is about the quality of your output, not the quantity of your activity. Real progress often comes from focused effort on a single important task. When you give your full attention to what matters most, you unlock your best work. Imagine two writers. One spends the day in a flurry of activity but writes nothing. Their energy scattered, their mind unfocused. The other spends 2 hours in deep focus and produces real work. Their progress is tangible, their effort directed and meaningful. Who made progress? The answer is obvious. It's not about how much you do, but what you actually achieve. The busyness trap tricks us into thinking activity equals effectiveness. We confuse movement for momentum and effort for results. It's easier to answer emails than tackle hard, meaningful work. We gravitate toward what feels urgent, not what's truly important. We avoid the tough questions. Is this moving me closer to my goals, or just filling time? Are my actions aligned with my true priorities? To escape, we must constantly ask, is this activity valuable or just noise? Am I investing my energy where it counts? Don't let busyness be a substitute for real achievement. Let go of the urge to simply stay occupied. Focus on what matters, not just what's urgent. Direct your attention to the tasks that truly move the needle. Progress is about depth, not just speed. Choose substance over surface and let your actions reflect your real ambitions. Constant busyness comes at a steep cost: burnout. Our minds and bodies aren't built for non-stop activity. Without rest, we become depleted and ineffective. Burnout isn't just tiredness, it's deep exhaustion that can take months to recover from. Relationships suffer too. When we're always busy, we're never truly present with those who matter. Chronic distraction weakens our connections and leaves us isolated. Busyness also harms the quality of our work, promoting shallow tasks over deep creative effort. We skim the surface, producing lots of low-value output, but little real progress. The greatest cost? A lack of genuine fulfillment. A life of frantic activity is a life lived on the surface, chasing validation instead of meaning. True fulfillment comes from focused effort on what matters most. The antidote to busyness is intentionality. To escape the trap, you must define what's truly important, both at work and in life. Take time to clarify your biggest goals. Write them down. Use these goals as a filter for every new task or request. Ask, does this contribute to my key objectives? You'll quickly see how much of your busyness is disconnected from what matters. This clarity is the first step to reclaiming your time. Apply this to your personal life too. Define your priorities outside of work. A balanced, fulfilling life comes from consciously allocating your time to what you value most. Let your goals be your compass in the chaos. Once you know what matters, create the conditions for real progress through deep work. Deep work means focused, distraction-free effort on tasks that truly move the needle. Schedule blocks of time for deep work and protect them fiercely. Eliminate distractions. Turn off your phone, close your email, and find a quiet space. Start small, maybe 30 minutes, and build your focus over time. Consistency is key. Regular deep work rewires your brain for better concentration and creativity. The payoff? Tangible progress on your most important projects, higher quality work, and more free time. Deep work lets you escape the busyness trap without sacrificing ambition. Replace frantic activity with focused productivity. End your day with real accomplishments, not just a long to-do list. Deep work is your engine for sustainable success. Make it a non-negotiable part of your routine. Escaping the busyness trap requires learning to say no. We fear disappointing others, so we take on too much and fill our schedules with low-value commitments. Saying no isn't about being unhelpful, it's about protecting your time for what matters. Use your goals as a filter. If a request doesn't align, politely decline or suggest alternatives. Each no is a yes to your priorities, deep work, and personal life. Saying no is liberating. It gives you control and purpose. With practice, you'll move from reactive to proactive, directing your energy with intention. The art of no is essential for a meaningful, focused life. You can't manage what you don't measure. Most of us don't know where our time goes, so start with a time audit. For 1 week, log your activities in 30-minute blocks. The results will reveal where your time leaks away on low-value tasks. Use this data to create a time-blocked plan for your day. Assign specific times to your most important work. This proactive approach helps you make conscious decisions and prevents your day from being hijacked. Time blocking combats procrastination and puts you in control. By tracking and planning, you become the architect of your day. Invest your hours where they matter most. Rest isn't the enemy of productivity, it's essential to it. High-quality rest recharges your mind, consolidates learning, and sparks creativity. Establish a shutdown ritual at the end of your workday. Signal to your brain that it's time to rest. Protect your evenings and weekends. Get enough sleep. True productivity is about working smarter, then resting fully. Make space for regular reflection. Review your week, your progress, and your alignment with your values. Ask, am I working on the right things? Is my approach sustainable? Escaping the busyness trap is an ongoing practice of intentional living. Start with one small step, schedule deep work, say no to a low-value request, or track your time. Each action moves you closer to a life of real accomplishment and fulfillment. Choose progress over busyness, one step at a time.